will Nintendo raise the Switch 2 price? The Nintendo Switch 2 has seen a stellar launch, having sold in the US 2 million units in the June to July period. That is 75% above the pace set by its predecessor. While that is a huge success in itself, we think tariffs could bite Nintendo's cost and potentially leading to the Japanese firm raising prices to US consumers soon. While the Switch 2 was priced at a hefty price tag of $450 a piece that did not factor in US tariffs at all, that means at some point Nintendo might not be able to hold back lifting the prices of the Switch 2, even though the Switch 2 $450 price tag was a considerable jump from the original Switch, almost $300 a piece. So what would that cost American consumers? Our model sees that in the worst case, the Switch 2 price tag could be lifted all the way up to $600 a piece. But we are slightly more optimistic. We think that that's unlikely. In our scenario, we see that what's more likely is a potential 7 to 8% hike in the Switch 2 prices in the near future. That is assuming that Nintendo can use its manufacturing capacity to divert inventory bound for the US away from locations or production sites that are subject to high US duties. However, once the stockpiles for the Switch 2 has run out in the US, Nintendo might not be able to hold back raising prices of the Switch 2 any longer. And we have seen that Microsoft and Sony have in fact raised prices of the PlayStation 5 as well as the Xbox Series S consoles. And Microsoft is even less reliant on manufacturing sites that are subject to high US duties. Despite these challenges, strong demand for games could help Nintendo mitigate some of this risk associated with US tariffs. The Switch 2 will see a lineup of strong marquee releases from Nintendo, including Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, as well as rehashed version of Zelda games. Let's not forget that Nintendo has more than 300 million users, with more than 200 million of whom are dormant. A slight reactivation of these players, perhaps with a strong lineup of games, could drive revenue and potentially bottom line for Nintendo as well. Hopefully, this explains